Hello, and welcome to this special instructional leadership team edition of Brew.0 Tech Tutorials. Today I'm going to show you how to make your leadership walkthrough form send customized emails to your observed teachers, and also to you if you so choose. So I have three things open here. The first is this form. We don't actually need this. This is the back end of the form that you use to observe your teachers. But we do need something that we can get from this. If you haven't yet generated a spreadsheet from your form, you need to come here and do that. And once you click on this, if you haven't done it, it'll ask you to name it, and you can name it, and then you'll have what you actually need for this process, which is the spreadsheet that the form can create. The other thing that I have open here is a template that I created that you ought to be able to use exactly as I've created it. I'll include it in the email along with this video. If you want to make changes to this, you can. If you want to change the phrasing of the stuff in bold, you're welcome to. If you want to change the font, be my guest. What you don't want to change, though, are these fields. These here, anything in brackets here is going to be replaced by text from the form. So you want to make sure that you keep those the same, and I'll show you why in just a minute. So once you have this generated, this is actually kind of the key to the whole thing. In your spreadsheet, come to your spreadsheet here and go to add-ons. And if you don't already have it, you need to find the add-on called Autocrat. You can go get add-ons and just search Autocrat. But this is the add-on that we're going to use for this process. So go find Autocrat. And then once you have it, click launch. And everything that we need to do will happen through this add-on and using the template that you can copy from the email. Once it loads, we're just going to create a new job, and it will generate it. Give it a name. We'll call it observation feedback email. Click next. And then this is where we're going to link this spreadsheet to this template that we've created. We're going to click from Drive and then just find that spreadsheet wherever we have created it. And mine is showing up right here because it was recently changed. So we'll click that, and it's going to load it in here. One thing to know, if you ever do have to change something on this template, you'll have to go in here and kick this one out and put it up. It won't automatically update the template as we go. But for now, this should be fine. That template is that document. We're going to click next. And then here is where we're going to match everything up. Right here in this column are all of the fields from this document that we created, all the things in brackets. It goes and looks for those. And then right here are the names of the columns from our spreadsheet. And some of these, as you can see, if my field name matches my column name exactly, it automatically knows that. But here, teacher observed, we just have to find the thing. And basically what we're telling this form is that when it sees students, when it starts to merge, we want it to replace it with whatever information is in that number of students in room column. When it sees this tag, replace it with student engagement. When it sees teacher start, replace it with whatever I picked from the form as teacher start, and see now it got student behavior, teacher behavior, learning intentions, success criteria, and PARs. And teaching strategies, we'll find that. Literacy strategies observed, that's what we want. And then teaching comments, that's my feedback for teacher. So once we have all those things aligned, then we are really ready to get going. Create file name. And then this says tell Autocrat how to name each file it creates. You can use tags aligned to merge sheet column headers to merge in source. So if we want it to give up, for example, we want to every file that it creates to start with the words 2019-2020 observation, and then we want it to be, and then we just want the timestamp. Who cares? We can do this so that at least they won't have all the same names. When it says type, I would choose PDF, and that just makes things a lot easier. And then down here, you're going to leave it as multiple output mode. What that means is that it will create a different PDF file for each row on this form, which is what we want, because we don't want all these teachers to get the same information. So we're set there, and we're going forward. Choose destination folder. This is going to CHS Leadership Walkthroughs 2016-2017. You can change that. Choose folder. And for now, let's just make it go to. Let's see if I got a walkthroughs folder. I might already have one. We'll put it in here for now. I'll be able to find it. Get rid of that one. Yes. So it'll go into this folder, and I can go and change the name of that folder. Click Next. This doesn't matter, and actually what folder it goes into doesn't really matter that much either, because you're going to get the whole point here is that it'll come to your email. This thing where it says set merge conditions, not necessary. Share docs and send emails. Now this is where we start having fun. Yes, share doc as a PDF. Yes, allowed collaborators to reshare. You can decide that. Send from generic no reply address. Choose no because you want it to come from you. So you put your email in the reply to box. And then 2, and this is where it's going to get a little tricky. In the 2 box, you need to put use tags to merge. So we want it to go to teacher observed, puts your teacher email here. And in order for this to actually work, we have to have this exact thing that's in this column header as our tag. So we're going to put it in brackets. And then for CC, we're going to put ourself because we want to get a copy too. So this right here, if we've done it right, we'll input whatever email address you put right here into that box. Now, what that means is you have to actually put the correct email address in there when you fill out the form, so that you don't have to you don't have a problem with it getting there. In subject, give it a generic subject because it will change. So comments on my recent observation. And here you can type a message that says, thank you so much for letting me come see your class recently. Attached, you will find my comments. And there's that. That's all you need. And then what it's going to do is it's going to send this exact email, and then it's also going to attach the file that it's about to create. We're going to click Next. And then this is where we want to say run on form trigger. And what that means is that every time that we fill out the form, it will, yes, I must enable, yes. Every time that we fill out the form and hit submit on the form, it will automatically generate that email. Run on time trigger. If you want it to run every once a week, you could do that. It's not really necessary. And then we hit save. And then what that has done is it has created a system where every time we fill out the form, it will run this little backend add-on, and it will send an email to you and to your observed teacher with the information that you want us to do. Now, these 3 haven't gotten this yet because I just created this. So if we wanted to see how this works, I'm going to hit play. And what that does is it runs it. And actually, if you watch in the form, it's going to create a weird set of columns down here at the end. And once it gets finished doing this, we ought to be able to see both the document that is created, and also I should get an email, 3 emails actually, because I've included myself as a CC in the email that it's supposed to generate. And it takes a little while. The nice thing is that once you set this up, you won't have to come in here and do this because it'll run in the background every time you complete the form. So long as you have clicked that thing that says run on form trigger, then it should do it automatically. Now this is done. And if we go here, we can go and see the document that was created, and it is all filled out. And there's that document that is created and is all filled out. And we can also go check the email. About to run out of time on this.